Pass number 1. This is WWJ Whipping with Joe from the island of Kauai, Hawaii. Check the sunrise out, gang. Woo woo! Anyway, from the island of Kauai, Hawaii, we thank you for watching my YouTube channel. We surpassed the mark of 1,000 videos, which was my goal this year. Anyway, we thank you very much for subscribing. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. A lot of action on my channel, a lot of techniques. Get the learning curve down. Don't have to reinvent the wheel. Start, improve on what I do. And you'll have fun fishing. And as I said, I normally don't fish over an hour. I love my method, love my techniques. But if you want to fish all day, that's up to you. I used to do that too with my family, but you know, now they're older, bigger, they're doing different things. So I challenge myself in 1 hour, if I can catch something. There's anything, there's something. So I love my technique, like I said. One rod, one reel. Can't beat it. Very affordable. Fenwick is what I use. HMG, 7 foot, medium heavy. Runs about $100. And the Spheros. So how I got to the Fenwick, started from Jeff Con, had the HMG 2-piece first. It broke right above the butt like. Sent it in under warranty. They sent me another one. And yes, it broke too. So the 2-piece was not something that I wanted, basically, because it was breaking. So I went and got the HMX 610. And that was a 5-year warranty, not a lifetime warranty. Anyway, that HMX 610 has been my most popular rod. For one rod, wouldn't do everything. But that rod now has been discontinued as of last year, I think it is. So basically I had to go on market and try to get what I could. And got a couple more, can't find them, so now we go to the HMG 7 foot. Then I had a couple friends of mine from Florida, and they said, "Wow, you might want to go over and use a Elite Tech." It's more than I wanted to spend, but I did get it, and which is what I'm using right now, the Elite Tech 7 foot medium heavy. But for you know, for $100, it basically cost me $150. The other one's $100. So it's about $50 more. After putting glass in $10 more, it comes up to about the same. It's a $50 more rod, and I elected. I'm still using it. I'm still using Elite Tech, but I still prefer the HMG 610 number 1, and now the HMG 7. If you want to try the Elite Tech at the 150, that's up to you. But anyway, and I spar a Spheros 6000 and got into that in 2014. I've been to 37 spinning reels, and most of them failed. And top dog is the Spheros at 355 cranking hours in my type of fishing. Anyway, and closest was a Stratic. I've been to 17 Stratics, just to tell you. But anyway, 3 8000s FJ, 3 6000s FJ. Out of the batches of 6 Stratics, the longest one without any repairs or failure was 76 hours. The best one of the lot out of the 37 has been the Spheros. The next closest one has been the Kabu, the Quantum Kabu, and that went for 120 hours. And it failed after landing, or trying to land, a turtle over 100 pounds. And I fought that turtle for over 2 hours and 17 minutes. And that Quantum Kabu failed. You know, and basically now I'm thinking maybe that Quantum Kabu might maybe have surpassed it. I don't know, but I'm just saying that's the closest. 355 for Spheros, 120 for the Quantum, and then the Stratic was 76 hours. That's the longevity of one. Shortest has been 8 hours, of course. And if you watch my YouTube channel, you can find them. But anyway, so that's what I sport. I sport 4 poppers. And of course, I've had 45 strikes in 6 years. Big ones. This is big strikes. This is not no small fish. This is big. This is what we call it Malus here. These over 10-pound strikes. And 45 of them. I have landed 22 fish, lost 23 fish. The most popular lure that has generated more GTs or Ulus than any other lure has been the Papa Joe. Fabricated that lure in 2015, had 9 of them, and produced one with the weight basically between 1.7 and 2 ounces. The 1.7 was a perfect match for my 7-foot HMG or HMX 610. That one has caught the 100-pounder and also has landed 11 more. I've landed 12 GTs with this Papa Joe lure. That's why I put the beavers in the back end. But anyway, lost 13 my first year. Took me 14 tries to catch me my first one. Anyway, I used the Papa Joe, the mullet, and the Akuli and the Halalu. That's the only 4 lures that I use. And people ask me why I use only 4. It's because that's the bait fish in the state of Hawaii. Very simple. Don't have to buy no other lures, I think. I don't know. A lot of people buy different lures. I don't. I use a 4. I've proven that the 4 does work for my technique. And it's a crank and pop technique all the way through. 45 strikes have generated me with the crank and pop. Just what I'm doing right now. Whenever you're cranking down with the left arm, you pop with the right. Basically, less than 12 inches. Real simple technique. Can whip all day. But like I said, I do this for fun and making videos because the adrenaline rush when I get a strike is incredible. That's all I know. I mean, you can tell by my videos, there's no music with my videos. There's a whole bunch of yelling and screaming. And I'm an excitable person, and basically that's why I fish basically in areas where it's low to the ground. Oh, look out, we got one. Whoa, whoa, man, I almost hit up the rock there. But anyway, the other thing I noticed is you get 45. I had 45 strikes. Out of 45 strikes, 22 has been with the Papa Joe. Next most popular would be the Akuli. And the Halalu, and then the mullet is the last. Anyway, what we learned also with the 45 strikes, with my technique, is for the first 43 GTs, or Ulus, the GT or the Ulu will strike my lures between the first and the 8th cast. This is out of 43 Ulu strikes. Incredible statistics. Then, this is number 44. I missed that one, probably about a 40-pounder. Cut me off. And I missed that on the Akuli. And that was cast number 11. Interesting. You'll watch that video. And it's entitled, if I'm not mistaken, WWJ Can't Win 'Em All. Again, WWJ Can't Win 'Em All. Got cut off on that one there. Then, with me one morning, and a small GT though, I mean, but it's over 10-pounder. And I fought him for a couple seconds after the strike. And lo and behold, it spit the hook. I don't normally miss a GT by spitting the hook. By the way, it came off, but that one hit on the 12th cast. And that is entitled, I think, I'm not really sure now. WWJ, I don't know, but anyway, it hit on the 12th cast. So I missed that one, and then lo and behold, the next series, on the 5th cast, I hook up into a 40-pound GT. And that bucker cut me off, and that was my Papa Joe. And that was my 10th Papa Joe that I lost. So what I've learned basically with my technique is it's quick, fast, it's fun, because I can go for a lot of different game. And the fish will strike my lure between the first and the 12th cast out of 45 hits. Now I gotta tell you something, that's all I can tell you. Tell you something about what works and what not, but I just share you my techniques. And hey, 45 strikes in 6 years, it's not bad. I think so anyway, and I don't fish over an hour. Granted, the more times you go, the better it is. A lot of ask me what tide, and I don't, majority, if you look at the majority of my fish, they're caught on low tide. And the reason why I like low tide is you can go to the edge of the reef on the rocks and you can walk. But when you get high tide, it's too high. It's dangerous, number one. So I'd rather go going low tide and coming up tide, and majority of the fish, like I said, have been caught during low tide. Why? It's because you can see right here, there's rocks here. The drop off is right in front of me, and so the fish doesn't have too much places to go. So then the big fish come to feed, since he knows that there's no place to go. The fish is going to be right over here. He can't come any further again because you got a reef. That's what I presume, and that's what I've learned. I don't worry about the moon and morning or not, but basically, if you look at my videos, majority of strikes has been between 10 and 2. The first 13 strikes was between 10 and 2, and then after that it's still between 10 and 2. And the reason why I believe 10 and 2 works is because it's more active, it's warmer, and there's more bait fish during that time. If you go to the ocean and check, right now in the morning, you don't see bait fish. So if you go, you come around noontime, and you'll notice that there's a lot of bait fish at that time. But that's what I've learned, through my experience. Anyway, like I said, I have good fun with mine. Why? It's because I go from small to big game, all in one rod and one reel. But anyway, I thought I'd make a short clip. When I go for small game, like I said, basically it's real quick. I will just cut this leader right here, put it on a swivel, a half ounce. I only use half ounce weights. Half ounce egg lid, put the swivel. Don't use this power. This is a power swivel. You want to use a more affordable swivel. Then about 5-6 feet a leader of either 8-pound test, 10-pound test, or 12-pound test. When I go rough areas, when I get big fish, I use 15-pound test. and I use a 10 BKNK. Very small hook, and that's for moi, papio, or mules, whatever. Now when you're going to Rossi, whatever, but when you're going to go for Ninu and Kala, which I do with the same rig, the only difference is a different type of leader. And I use 20-pound braid to make the leader, and using Maruto. Maruto, you can use Maruto 1, 2, 3, 4. It depends what kind of fish you're using and how big the seaweed is. The bigger the seaweed, you can use bigger hooks. But this Ninu and Kala, they're extremely smart. And they bite the tip of the seaweed, which I normally use Limo Kala. So normally what I do is I fish for big game. I would throw like 12 pops, and I look at, well, if the area is good for small game, I'll switch over to small game. And if I see seaweed, then I'll switch over to seaweed. And it just is this one area. So 12 pops one area, maybe 6 pops with a jig or a grub, a 2-inch grub. I only use 4 colors with that. And the seaweed. And like I said, and for the seaweed, normally it's 3 casts in an area, and if they don't bite, they're not there. So my technique is actually to find the fish, okay? And this is important. You can fish in one area all day, but if the fish is not there, which I presume is they're not there because there's no bait fish or there's no food, so you don't want to be fishing in an area where there's no food. It's common sense. But anyway, I thought I'd share my techniques this morning. There's a lot of people ask me on the web this, and so I try to help as much as I can. So, but I thought I'd make a video. I'll tell you what. This is my second whipping story. I did one earlier, how I got started. Now I'm going to tell you what has worked for me in 6 years. Again, we covered 1 rod, 1 reel, 1 hook, 4 grubs, 1 seaweed, 4 poppers, which is the Papa Joe, the mullet, the Akuli and the Hallelujah. And my techniques are crank and pop. Fish has struck my lures between the 1st and the 12th cast. And for small game, 6 for small game. And if you go for seaweed, then it's 3 casts per area. If they're not there, then you move. That's me. Anyway, but that is my technique in 1 hour fishing. So if you go for 1 hour fishing session, it's up to you what you want to fish. But again, watch my YouTube channel. There's a lot of techniques. You can learn a lot from it. And the other thing is, you know, if you want to hire me, you can. A lot of people have. And I'd say that most of them have been productive and have learned from my techniques. Some places my techniques will work, and some places my technique might not work. But anyway, I'm having a great time doing videos again. And again, thank you very much for watching my videos. From the island of Kauai, Hawaii, this is WWJ Whipping with Joe from the island of Kauai, Hawaii. Aloha. Woo. Beautiful sunrise this morning. Woo. Beautiful Kauai. That clip. Elite Tech, 7-foot medium heavy, Sparrow 6,000, Papa Joe lure. Alright, we got 45 minutes this morning, so got this portion. I got 2 more airs to pop, and that's about it. Alright, aloha. Yoo, yoo.